Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Get Play Soon. Also, welcome to the episode 34 of Leetcode SQL 50 Challenge. In the previous episodes, we have covered a lot of problems and a lot of topics. Now, under the topic subqueries, we are moving ahead with the restaurant growth problem. So, in case you haven't watched previous episodes, make sure you watch them. Now, moving ahead with this problem, restaurant growth. Here in this question, we are given only one table, that is customer table. It has details like customer ID, customer name, the date on which the customer has visited, the bill amount the customer has paid. Okay. Now you are the restaurant owner and you want to analyze a possible expansion. So you just want to calculate if at least one customer is there per day. Now to do that, to analyze a possible expansion, what you need to calculate is the moving average of how much the customer paid in the 7 days window. 7 days is today, current day plus 6 days before. Okay, the average amount is what we are supposed to calculate, and that value should be rounded up to 2 decimal places. Okay, how are we calculating the averaging amount? For 7 days window, current day plus 6 days before. Now in the output, we are supposed to order the output in the ascending order of visited on column. Now let's take an example. Here you can see in the input, we have customer ID, customer name, the date on which the customer visited, the amount the customer paid. Okay, now we have this customer table. Now we want to calculate the 7-day window thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we can't calculate because it does not have 7 days. So the output starts on the 7th day. 7th day plus 6 days before. So we calculate 150 plus 140, 110, 130, all these things we'll add. This current day plus 6 days before we will add, which gives us the amount 860. And the average amount, when you divide the 860 by 7, you get this value, which is rounded up to 2 decimal places. Now coming to the next thing that we have on 8th, 8 will be the current day. So 80 plus 6 days before. So till 110. From here to 80, if you add, then it gives you 840. When you divide it by 7, it gives you 120. Similarly on 9th, this value, the current day value plus 6 days before it from here. That is from 3rd to 9th. If you add, it also gives 120. Now on 10th, you can see there are 2 customers. Then this 2 will become the current day value plus 6 days before. From 4 we will calculate. So when we add all these values, it gives us 1000. When you divide it by 7, it gives 142 point some decimals. You are supposed to round it to 2 decimals. It gives you 142.86. Now let's see how to do this in code. Also, this problem comes under the topic subqueries. In this problem, this part is one subquery. This part is also one subquery. Okay. Now let's talk about the inner query first. The inner query is to calculate the sum and average amount spent by customers over 7-day period. Okay. Now in the output you can see we have 3 columns, visited on column, amount column and average amount column. Here we have visited on column, amount column, average amount column in the select statement. We will see how to do this later. So just because we have only one table and we want to do multiple things, right? Like you have to see which is the current day and you also have to see the past 6 days. So the best option is to join the table. When you have only one table and you want to use join, we use self join. We use aliases of the table. Here we have alias A and here we have alias B. So joining 2 tables requires a condition, right? Whenever you're joining 2 tables, we will use a condition using on A dot visited on greater than or equal to B dot visited on. Now A and B are the aliases of the table. Visited on is the column name which consists of the dates that a customer visits. So by mentioning this condition, A dot visited on should be greater than or equal to B dot visited on. It tells A is greater than or equal to B, which means A is the current day. Okay. Now A is the current day, B can consist of all the days before A. But we want only 6 days before A, right? To get that, we will write one more condition, where condition, date difference. Date difference is a function when you give 2 parameters, parameter A and parameter B, and if you mention this operator like less than or equal to 6, it will make sure that it is just 6 days or less. So a dot visited on alias comma b dot visited on, the difference between these two dates should be less than or equal to 6. So this ensures that we are looking for a 7-day window. A will be the current day plus 6 days, previous 6 days. Okay. Once we get all these previous 6 days data, now you can see here in the input table on 10th, you can see 2 entries. One John has come and Jade also has also come. So to get rid of confusion when multiple customers come, we will group by using the column visited on column and also using the name. Then all the customers coming on the same date will be grouped. Okay. Now that we have all the data for the 7 particular days and we have already grouped by, now just calculating the amount and the average amount. So in the output, a dot visited on column, which has the date, it won't be changed. In the amount, how are we calculating? We are calculating the sum of b dot amount. Because this is an inner query, we are not calculating all the 7 days. We are only calculating the 6 days. That's why sum of b dot amount. B is nothing but the 6 days, not the current day. Now again, what are we doing here? In the average amount, we are rounding sum of b dot amount by 7 and we are rounding it to 2 decimal points. Okay, rounding is happening here, calculating is happening here, average amount is also be calculating here. Now this is the subquery. Once you are done with the subquery, coming to the outer query part. The outer query is this part and this part. What are we doing in the outer query? Yes, first the idea of the outer query is to ensure only records where there is full 7 days of data, like complete 7 days should be there. And also because we have inner queries, outer queries, we don't want any confusion and we don't want any duplicate values. To get rid of duplicate values, we are using this keyword distinct. Now select distinct, all the column names we'll write in the output. Visited on, amount, average amount. Visited on, amount, average amount. Now coming to the other part of outer query, that is visited on comma. We are actually having a subquery which selects the minimum visited date from customer table. So when we write here select the minimum visited on from customer and then we check with the visited on date and then when we mention greater than or equal to 6, it ensures that it has complete 7-day record. When you write greater than or equal to 6, it means at least 6 days earliest on the given visited on date here. So we are calculating the difference and we are just ensuring it has a 7-day window. Also, if you can see here, we are supposed to order by the result using visited on column in the ascending order. That's why we will order by visited on column. We write this here. So I hope you understood how we are solving this. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any doubts, make sure you comment below. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Get placed soon. Bye bye.